I am Mumtaz S., Assistant Professor of Commerce, Manania College of Arts and Science, Bangalore. Today I am going to discuss about personal finance. Personal finance deals with managing your money. Personal finance is also called household finance or individual finance. It includes budgeting, banking, insurance, mortgages, investments, retirement planning, tax planning, and estate planning. In a broader sense, scope of personal finance covers the entire finance industry that provides financial services to individuals and households and advise them about various financial and investment opportunities. So, personal finance can be discussed. There are number of factors influencing personal finance decisions. They are can be grouped into internal factors and external factors. Internal factors may be called as individual or micro factors which affect financial thinking and decision making. The following are the internal factors. First one, financial education and literacy. Second one, age or positioning on the life cycle. Next, focus on financial matters, cognitive functioning, family dynamics, household structure, psychological elements, gender or health factors, etc. First one is financial education and literacy. Financial education is a systematic process of acquiring knowledge related to finance, whereas financial literacy is the outcome of the financial education. That is the difference between the two. Second point is age or positioning on life cycle. The life cycle stage in which the person is living will positively influence the risk taking capacity, saving habits, consumption pattern, etc. Next point is focus on financial matters. The person who focuses more on financial matters have taken good financial decisions. Next point is cognitive functioning. The lack of attention or information, the inability to correctly process the available information, etc., sometimes lead to inadequate financial decisions. Next point is family dynamics. The family is considered as the decision making unit for any economic activities. Next point is household structure. Research studies reveals that married individuals and individuals with children shows lower willingness to take risk. Next point is psychological elements. The criteria for investment decisions are examined through psychological factors such as defense mechanism, personality traits, emotional intelligence, and financial literacy. Next point is last point is gender and health factors. The influence of gender and health is mostly an influencing factor for our individual decision making. Next I am going to discuss about the external factors affecting financial decisions. External factors deals with the individual perceptions about economic system, growth of business sectors in the economy, current political policies, etc. are the determining factors for the investment decisions. The first factor in influencing external factors affecting financial decision making are business cycle. An economy's output or productivity is measured by its gross domestic product or GDP. When the GDP is increasing, the economy is in expansion stage. And when it is decreasing, the economy is in a contraction stage. Next point is employment rate. Employment is having a positive correlation with the GDP, so that if the employment increases, the GDP also increases and vice versa. Next point is currency value. Stable currency value without much fluctuation is another important criteria for a healthy economy. When the value of currency decreases, an economy has inflation, and when the value of currency increases, it leads to deflation. The currency's worth is more, and investors can buy more components. Next point is social and political change. If the social and political instability cause problems to the investors, they won't invest in the stock market. So, a country's investment growth depends on social and political stability. Next external factor is culture. The culture of the people is different, so that people from different cultural background perceives differently for different investment avenues. Next point is religion. There is a strong theoretical support that people having religious background has more long-term planning towards investment rather than the people who are less religious. Last point is income uncertainty. Uncertainty can be described as a matter of personal perception, and uncertainty about the future income will be the determining factor for the individual finance. Next I am going to discuss about personal finance planning process. The following are the steps in personal finance decisions. First one is determining the current financial situation. The first process is to determine the current financial position of the person who is going to invest. Second point is develop the financial goals. The next step in the personal finance process is to define the goal. The goal may be short term or medium term or long term. The finance goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic and timely. Next point is identify the alternative course of action. The prospective investor has to carry out some fundamental research in the field of finance to identify the choices. Fourth one is evaluating the alternatives and making choices. In this stage, the potential investor can do an analysis of the various alternatives and critically evaluate each and every alternative in accordance with the feasibility of the alternatives. That means the cost-benefit analysis of the alternatives. Next point is create or implement the plans. In this stage, the potential investor would choose a better choice and starts investing in the products. Last point is review and revise the financial planning. In this stage, based on the results or outcome, the investor has to redefine the goals for getting better profit or rewards. Next title is Components of Personal Finance. Financial planning is the process which will help to make good decisions about spending, investing, transferring income and assets which help to achieve your goals. The following are the components of personal finance or individual finance. First one is tax planning, second is insurance planning, estate planning, retirement planning, investment planning, asset planning. First one is tax planning. Income tax is a progressive tax. The higher the income, the more would be taxed. Those income rates are called tax brackets. Taxes levied on income such as salary, interest, dividend, capital gains, business income, property rent, royalties, sales or consumption tax, and service tax. Tax planning involves making investments with the objective of minimizing tax liability and maximizing returns. Tax saving options or schemes. Here are a few such tax saving schemes that not only help you to save tax but also help you earn tax free income. First choice is equity linked saving schemes, or also known as ELSS. ELSS are diversified equity shares based mutual funds, and investments amount in them qualify for tax benefit under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act 1961 and up to a limit of 1.5 lakh a year. Next choice is Public Provident Fund Scheme, PPF scheme. The PPF scheme is a favorite savings avenue for several investors and is still standing on the top among the investment schemes. It is also eligible for relief under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act. Next choice is Employment Provident Fund. Employees Provident Fund is another investment avenue, helps to save tax through voluntary savings but also accumulate tax-free investment. Every employee must contribute a certain percentage of basic salary each month mandatorily towards his EPF account. Next choice is Unit Linked Insurance Plan, also known as ULIP. Is a hybrid financial product, a combo of protection and savings. A ULIP plan can have a duration of 15 or 20 years or more with a lock-in period of 5 years in which the fund has been blocked. Next choice is Suganya Samriddhi account. Suganya Samriddhi Yojana, SSY, is a small deposit scheme for the girl child launched as a part of Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, the campaign of the central government of India. It is currently giving an interest rate of 8.1% and provides income tax benefit also. A Suganya Samriddhi account can be opened any time after the birth of a girl child until she turns 10 with a minimum deposit of rupees 1000 and a maximum deposit of rupees 1.5 lakh. Next choice is Special Bank Term Deposit Scheme, also known as BTDS. The investment under this scheme in bank is eligible for deduction under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act. Next joint is National Savings Certificate, also known as NSC. The investment in NSC is eligible for deduction under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act. There are two maturity periods to choose from, one for 5 years and the other for 10 years. Next choice is Post Office schemes. Different post office schemes such as postal insurance, post office senior citizen scheme, postal time deposits, etc. are eligible for income tax deduction under Section 80C. Next choice is life insurance. The premium amount paid by an individual for life insurance of self or spouse or any child of such individual is eligible for deduction from income under Section 80C. Next, health insurance. The investment in health or medical insurance of self or family members is exempted under section 80D up to rupees 25,000. Additional relief for health or medical insurance of parents up to rupees 25,000 is available as per income tax rules. Next choice is housing loan. Actual principal amount repaid against housing loan subject to a maximum of rupees 1,50,000 can be claimed for tax deduction under section 80C. Interest amount subject to a maximum of rupees 2 lakh. Next choice is educational loan. Deduction shall be granted under section 80E of the income tax for any amount paid in the previous year by an assessee out of his income chargeable to tax by way of interest on loan taken by him from any financial institutions for the purpose of higher education of his relatives, which means spouse or children. Next choice is mutual fund. The investment in equity linked tax saving mutual fund is eligible for deduction under section 80C of the Income Tax Act. Next is retirement planning and pension planning. Retirement plans or pension policies help to plan an income after retirement and also provide the individual with financial security when the active income stops after retirement. With the high cost of living and rising inflation, the current cost of living will be at most 10 times when you retire. So sensible planning and years of persistence are essentially required to make one's retirement life as a comfortable period. We are discussing about the components of personal finance. First one, tax planning, we are discussed earlier. The second one is insurance planning. Insurance helps in risk shifting. That means the process of selling risk to someone. The cost of insurance can be lowered through risk avoidance or reduction strategies. Next we can discuss about the types of insurance plans. The first one is home insurance coverage. Home insurance coverage the following things. First one, protection of content against fire, flood, earthquake and lightning. Domestic, mechanical, electrical and electronic appliances. Jewelry and valuables. Budgetary and house breaking. Burglary and house breaking. Personal accident coverage for earning, member and spouse. Accidental breakage of fixed plate glass. Second types of insurance plan is life insurance. Life insurance is a way of ensuring that your income will continue after your death. The insured may have a spouse, children, parents or siblings who are dependent on his or her income, and death of the person would create new financial burdens. To avoid that, he can ensure his life and dependence against the loss due to his death, at least financially. Next one is income protection insurance. People may have an accident or illness that leaves you permanently impaired or even dead. Disability insurance and life insurance are ways of ensuring your income against such a kind of conditions. Next type is disability insurance. Disability due to accident or illness, loss of vision, hearing, speech or can be insured with a disability insurance scheme. Next type is health insurance. Health insurance is an insurance product which covers medical and surgical expense of an insured individual and his family. Next, The third point in the components of personal finance is estate planning. One person's estate includes everything he or she owns during his lifetime. Estate planning is a plan taken during a person's life to manage his or her assets after the death. The following are the requirements of estate planning. First one, wills. The people before death will need to leave a written document outlining their instructions regarding settlement of estate to the beneficiaries after death. The asset shall be distributed to the legal heirs after debts have been paid off. Second point is probate. It is the legal process of validating a will. A probate is a legal process in which a will is reviewed to determine whether it is valid and authentic. Under Indian Succession Act 1925, a probate can be granted only to the executor appointed under the will. The third point is estate taxes. An estate tax is levied on the inherited portion of an estate if the value of such an inheritance exceeds an exclusion limit. Third point, we are discussing components of personal finance. First one, tax planning. Second one, insurance planning. Third one, estate planning. Now we can discuss about retirement planning. Retirement plans or pension policies help to plan an income after retirement and also provide the individual with financial security when the active income stops after retirement. With the high cost of living and rising inflation, the current cost of living will be at most 10 times when you retire. So, sensible planning and years of persistence are essentially required to make one's retirement life as a comfortable period. Essentials of a sound retirement planning. So, we can discuss about essentials of a sound retirement planning. The following shows the requirement of retirement planning. First one is estimating annual expenses. Estimating annual expenses means for the purpose of estimating annual expenses, a provision to adjust inflation factor occur in the future so that they have to save money in the present for future purpose. Second point is estimating length of retirement. How much you need to have saved to support your annual living expenses after retirement depends on how long these expenses continue or how long you will live after retirement. Next requirement is estimating the amount needed at requirement. Your annual expense in retirement are really a series of cash flows that will grow by the rate of inflation, but at the same time your savings will only grow by your rate of return. Next requirement is estimating the annual savings for retirement. Investor needs to estimate the annual expenses and the future savings returns based on expected inflation rate. For example, someone with rupees 60,000 salary would need to keep rupees 6 lakh. Next, we have to discuss about types of retirement plans. There are number of retirement plans are available. First one, deferred annuity plans. Deferred annuity retirement or pension scheme, the investor contribute regularly or on-time investments till your retirement period. Deferred pension plans can multiply your investment due to the compounding effect on interest rate. Second retirement plan is retirement plans with life insurance cover. Some retirement plans offer insurance cover. So in the case the policy holder dies, a lump sum amount as per policy terms is paid to the nominees or legal heirs. Next retirement plan is retirement plan with no life insurance cover. These type of retirement plans do not offer any life insurance cover to the investor. Next one is immediate annuity plans. As the name suggests, in an immediate annuity plan, the pension starts immediately. This is good for the people who have a large corpus fund and want to retire early. And the last type of retirement plan is annuity certain. Annuity certain is a retirement plan for a specific period. A continuous stream of payment is paid to the annuitant during the term, and after the annuitant dies, the same annuity continues for his nominee or beneficiary. Next component of personal finance is investment planning. We can discuss about steps in investment plan. First step is assess your financial situation. A good first step when developing your financial plan is to assess your financial situation. Next step is create a budget. Track the inflows and outflows of your money to understand your money habits and take control of your spending and savings. Next step is set your financial goal. Based on a sound understanding of your financial situation, you may be able to identify your short, medium and long-term financial goals. Next step is know your risk tolerance. An important part of your financial planning is to evaluate your tolerance for risk. Next step is work out a basic financial plan. Review your household budget and make allowances for the essential items. A well-planned portfolio can help you ride out the ups and downs of the investment market and adjust your risk exposure. And the last step is regularly review and adjust your financial plan. After formulating a financial plan, you should exercise strict discipline to follow the plan. In meeting your financial goals, it is considered best practice to review the performance of your portfolio regularly and rebalance your investments when necessary. Next, we can discuss about constraints of an investment process. Constraints include, first constraint is liquidity needs. Liquidity needs are the need to use cash slow your progress from investing because you have to divert cash from your investment portfolio in order to spend it. Next, time available. The more time you have to let your investments earn, the more earnings you can get. Tax obligation is the next point. Tax obligation are another constraint because paying taxes takes value or returns of investment away from your investments. Legal requirements. An investor should obey legal requirements or laws framed by the country while in the investing process. Last constraint is unique circumstances. Investments are different in nature and it is different based on individual preference, beliefs and values as an investor. Next point is investment goals. Next subheading investment goals. Investment goals may be short term, medium term and long term goals. Short term goals examples holiday travel planning. The examples for the medium term goals: buy a vacation home or have the funds to start a new business or save for children higher education. Long term plans examples are retirement plans, financial safety for the family in the future. Next, the term needs to explain is divestment. Divestment is the opposite of investment. It is referred to as taking or withdrawing money out of investment. Next important term is socially responsible investment. It is the term for investment based on ideas about products or business that are desirable for the society. It avoid investing in companies that produce or sell addictive substances like alcohol, gambling and tobacco, and seeking out companies engaging in social justice, environmental sustainability and alternative energy or clean technology efforts. Next, another important term is financial engineering. Financial engineering is the key term used for the creation and innovation of new financial instruments through mathematical pricing models. Financial engineering is the use of mathematical techniques to solve financial problems. Financial engineering uses tools and knowledge from the field of computer science, statistics, economics, and applied mathematics to address current financial issues and to create new and innovative financial product. This is enough for the heading investment planning, and we have to discuss on the last point, last components in the personal finance, that is asset planning. The plan which outlining the assets to which investments are to be made is called asset planning in personal finance. The following are the different types of assets or products which can be good for investment. First classification of financial products include bond, equity shares, preference shares, derivatives and ETFs. Bond are a way to raise capital by borrowing used by corporations and governments. Stocks are next financial product is stock. Stock are a way to raise capital through selling ownership or equity. Next is commodity. Commodities are natural or cultivated resources which are traded to hedge revenue or production needs or for speculation. Commodities are traded in the commodities exchange through brokers. Next financial product is derivative. Derivatives are instruments based on the future and therefore uncertain the prices of another security, such as share of a stock, a government bond, a currency or a commodity. Next product is mutual fund. Mutual fund are portfolios of investment designed to achieve maximum diversification with minimal cost through economies of scale. Next one, an index fund. An index fund is a mutual fund designed to replicate the performance of an asset class and selection of investment listed on an index. Last one is ETF, means exchange traded fund. It is a mutual fund whose shares are traded on an exchange. They are the index based ETF, gold and gold ETF are prevailing in the market. Thus, the components of personal finance is over here. Next, we have to discuss about the principles of personal finance. First principle is knowledge is power, or information is everything. The investor has to follow certain steps to procure the background information. Second one is nothing happens without a plan, or planning is a must in investment. Planning is very important process before investment. Third principle is the time value of money, or discounting value of future cash flows. Money received today is more important and worthy than the money received tomorrow. Fourth principle is risk versus return, or risk return analysis. The prospective investor should consider the risk-return analysis before making the investment. Next one is tax matter or tax planning. The tax benefits getting from the investment constitute the major factor for the selection of an investment avenue. Next principle is the importance of liquidity or liquidity matters. The stability and financial health or lack thereof of a company and its efficiency in paying off debt is indicated by liquidity ratios and is of great importance to market analysis, creditors, and potential investors. Whenever one has taken financial decisions, one should take care of liquidity. Next or seventh principle is the power of budgeting. Saving is a path of success. The money saved can be used in tough times such as an emergency medical situation, job loss, future children's education, etc. That is why it is said a penny saved is a penny earned, because you start earning more with your saving. Next, eighth principle is protect yourself and others. Insurance is the thing no one is excited to buy, but everyone has the insurance. The worst time to worry about your insurance coverage is after a tragedy has occurred. Hence, it is better to do yourself and loved ones a favor and evaluate your health, life, disability, property, and casualty, and long-term care insurance needs, and put a plan in a place sooner rather than later. Ninth principle is you are your worst enemy, or reduce overconfidence. People may fall with reduce their savings and investment because of the overconfidence and unnecessary emotional matters. So it is always better to think rationally before taking decisions. Last principle is just to do it properly or proper implementation. The most difficult step in the entire planning process is implementation. Next, we have to discuss about financial literacy. Financial literacy is the process of imparting education and understanding of the various financial areas, including topics related to managing personal finance, money, savings, and investment. It includes the knowledge of making appropriate decisions about personal finance, such as banking, investment, insurance, real estate, the stock market, derivatives market, budgeting, retirement, and tax planning. Next, we have to discuss about components of financial literacy. Financial regulations in India, like Reserve Bank of India, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, means SEBI, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDA, and Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, PERDA, have created a joint charter called National Strategy for Financial Education as a national initiative throughout the country. Need and importance of financial literacy. India is a country which is one of the world's most efficient financial markets in terms of technology, regulation, and in terms of participants. So people would be more literate to participate in the market. Second point, it is essential for an average family trying to decide how to balance the budget. Second important, individuals may be at risk of fraud if they are not financially literate. Next one, financial literacy is considered to be an important facilitator for promoting financial inclusion and ultimately financial stability. Next important is the wide reach of financial product. There is a need to reach out to lower income groups and economically weaker sections. Next important is to understand the key financial products including bank accounts, insurance, retirement saving plans, and securities market investment like stock, bond, and mutual fund. Next important is to develop skills and confidence to be aware of financial risk and opportunities and to benefit from them. Next point is making good financial choice about saving, spending, insurance, investing, and managing debt throughout one's life. Last important is the financial literacy create awareness about the various savings and investment instruments like fixed deposit, recurring deposit, public provident fund, national savings certificate, post office savings, mutual fund, life insurance, debentures, bond, share market, commodity market, forex market, real estate, gold or silver, chit funds, etc. for better returns and risk management. Next, we have to discuss about consequences of low levels of financial literacy. The following are the consequences. First one, financial market participation may be limited to a lack of financial literacy. Next, households are not familiar with the working of a bank. Next, financial literacy leads to investment in the liquid instrument which charges substantial fees to withdraw. Next, a borrower unable to truly understand the terms of a loan may borrow too much, exposing to the risk of missing a payment and potentially incurring substantial penalties. Last, we have explained people may be cheated by the unauthorized chit companies due to lack of awareness. Next, in this chapter, on as the last title, present financial literacy status in India is to be discussed. Present financial literacy status in India. The activities are as follows. First one, Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India has an active role in the field of financial literacy in India. Second is SEBI. SEBI undertake investor awareness programs through its Department of National Institute of Securities Market (NISM). Securities Exchange Board of India has the responsibility of financial education to various target segments such as school students, college students, working executives, middle income group, homemakers, retired personnel, etc. Next, MCA. Ministry of Corporate Affairs has constituted a separate fund called Investor Education and Protection Fund. From this corpus of funds, they conduct literacy programs throughout the country. Next, stock exchanges. NSE, BSE, MCX and others also have programs on investor awareness and regularly release articles related to financial literacy. Next, literacy status. IRDA, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, have been taken up various initiatives in the area of financial literacy. Last one, PFRDA, Initiatives on Financial Education. The Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, India's youngest regulator, has been engaged in spreading social security messages to the public. Thank you.